Hey guys, welcome to another video. This is part 23 of my One Piece overview series. We're still on Wano. Wano is the longest arc in One Piece. This is my second video of the day. I did put out a different video um earlier this morning. If you guys have the time, please check that out. I go over some personal things, but I hope it'll help some people. But in this video, I'm gonna be going over onigashima. I think this is where onigashima starts. The raid that they do. And there's not a lot that I really want to talk about. Just of course volume 99. Cuz my favorite One Piece moment is the Straw Hats goodbye to Vivi. It will always be my favorite One Piece moment. Alabasta is my favorite arc, but Wano follows right behind in second place, with probably my second favorite moment in the series, and I really want to talk about that, but I'll get to it right now. Um, but yeah, let's get into the video. Question of the day: who is your favorite between Luffy, Law, and Kid? Um, that one's kind of tough for me. Um, but I feel like it would be cheating if I pick Luffy, so I think I'm gonna have to go with Law. Law is a super cool character. He's definitely in my top 10 favorites, especially after Dressrosa. So yeah. Question of the day: who is your favorite between Kid, Law, and Luffy? So of course I'll show you guys the volume covers. We're going a little slow, like I mentioned. Um, I'm kind of I don't really remember what happens during the raid. Um, just aside from the worst generation fighting Big Mom and Kaido, that's all I really remember. Everything else was kind of filler, to be honest. But I was just happy to watch it. I really enjoyed Wano. So yeah, this is 97. Um, there's volume 98. And then volume 99. I was thinking of showing this in the next video, but I think I'll go ahead and do it now because I have them right here. But I love that Oda did this for these volumes to celebrate volume 100. So if you put 99, 100, and 101, it makes a cool like put together picture, which that's perfect, man, for a milestone so big for a series like One Piece. But I'll talk about more about volume 100 in the next video. Um so yeah, that was volume 99. And then let's get on to volume 97. So I think last time I forgot what happened in the last couple volumes. I think here Big Mom and Kaido. Oh yeah, their alliance, Big Mom and Kaido's alliance. Oh yeah, and then Jinbei shows up. I love this return for Jinbei. Everybody was so happy to see him, man. It was wholesome. I love Jinbei. Perfect fit for the Straw Hats. And he's one of the powerhouses too. And there's this scene that I really like where Luffy wants to make like a toast. It's gotta be here somewhere. I guess it's like an anime original scene, but I love that scene. And then they're infiltrating the onigashima castle. That wasn't very interesting to me. And then there's King. Oh, there he is. Really cool character design. I love that design. And he looks even cooler without his mask. So yeah, they infiltrate the castle with Kinemon's garb fruit. Oh, and then Marco's return. Honestly, I didn't really care much for Marco in this arc. I feel like he could have done a lot more. It would have been really, really cool if he actually fought somebody. He was just there to help. Um, Not so much like a filler character, but he didn't really do much, honestly. And then this chick Ulti was kind of annoying. I didn't really like her very much. But yeah, most of this is kind of filler. It's just dragging along, to be honest. And then there was Yamato earlier. And I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but if I did, you guys know how I feel about Yamato. I don't really like Yamato all that much. Oh, I forgot to mention, I did have a little bit of extra money. So I caved in and bought the Yamato SH figure arts. It should be getting here tomorrow. It said Thursday. I was hoping it would get here a day early because that's how my stuff usually gets here, but I guess not. Um, but yeah, I don't really like Yamato all that much. She feels like and I know it's he apparently, but that's just what comes out of my mouth. Forgive me. um, she I don't know. She doesn't really do much. She does some stuff like she holds off Kaido. Um, but there really was no importance behind um Yamato being Kaido's daughter or son, whatever. Um, I feel like it could have been anybody else and it would have been the same, honestly. Um, yeah. Uh, and I get some people wanted Yamato to join the crew. I really did not want her to. I did not want her to join the crew. I'd pick Bonnie over Yamato, to be honest. Um, I feel like Bonnie's a better fit for the crew, which is most likely going to happen. I'm a VV supporter. I really want her to rejoin the crew, but it's most likely going to be Bonnie, which I'm cool with. I like Bonnie, but yeah, I don't like Yamato. um, but yeah, let's get on to 98. She's a cool character. I like her design. It's very interesting. It's a really cool design. But aside from that, her character doesn't interest me. So let's get on to 98. This one looks really cool. It has all the Yakuza 9 on it. And then Dog Storm and the Cat Viper with their Sulongs. So, oh, another thing, I feel like, whatchamacallit, like they just gave Yamato a connection to Ace, so she could have a connection to Luffy. And it felt really forced, because Ace hadn't been in the story for a really, really long time. And it works, sort of, but I don't know. I don't like Yamato very much, honestly. Um, there's not much going on here, honestly. Oh, here it is. There's this really famous panel of the Straw Hats squatting up. That's cool. So I've said it before, but um, Wano is kind of bloated. There's a ton of characters. It's not exactly the final war arc, but it might as well be. This definitely could have been the final war of One Piece if things have gotten differently. But there's just so many characters, almost too many to keep track of. I think um Wano does the job a little bit better than Dressrosa to keep everything tied up. Um, but to be honest, it did kind of drag on for a little bit, and it was just very bloated. I think that's my only problem with whatchamacallit, with Wano. But aside from that, I loved everything that happened in this arc, and then all the filler stuff, of course, wasn't my favorite. And then you just have all the Yakuza ganging up on Kaido, and they're dealing some damage. Oh, this was really cool. Uh, they opened up Kaido's scar with Paradise Totsuka. It's the same attack um that Oden used to injure Kaido in the first place. And then I think it'll get to this right now, but I'm also not a very big fan of the ice oni thing. Um yeah, I don't know why they included that. Um it it's very I don't know what words I can use to describe it. It's I don't know, but it's very boring, honestly. And I know it gave Chopper something to do, but every time these ice oni things showed up, I'm like, oh my god, when is something cool going to happen? You know? Um, but yeah, that was 98. Um, I know I'm speeding through this a little bit, but all that stuff, I'm not really a big fan of it. Now here's where things start getting heated a little bit. um, so this has volume one. I mean volume 1000. Could you imagine? This has chapter 1000, and Oda pulled out all the stops to make sure that this was a really special chapter. Wano itself is a very special arc, right? But chapter 1000 is something completely different. And I think oh, here it is. It's like right in the middle. Um so here Oh, here it is. I love this scene. This is like Nami's nothing happened moment, right? Um so Ulti, she grabs a hold of Nami, and tells her to eat her words, and she refuses, and says that Luffy will become king of the pirates. So that shows just how loyal and strong she's become since Arlong Park, really, and all the way back in the beginning of the series. I think here. Oh, I forgot to mention, but Law is a D. He holds the will of D. That's something I completely forgot about. Trafalgar D. Water Law. That was whatchamacallit. That was a surprise to me, honestly. First, Doflamingo being a celestial dragon, and then Law having the will of D. That was crazy, honestly. And then they're just there on their performance floor. I think that's where they're at. Oh, and then Jinbei's fight against this guy was pretty cool, and they revealed some whatchamacallit, some good lore. And here's the backstory between Yamato and Ace. Like I said before, this doesn't really interest me all that much because I feel like Oda just gave a connection to Ace so she could have a connection to Luffy. There's nothing really important happening between them. But this is chapter 999. So, and now we're on to chapter 1000. Now, One Piece is an incredibly popular series, and it's almost an understatement just to say that, right? Um, it's a milestone for any manga really to get past 500 chapters. Let alone be as popular as One Piece. I think Bleach had 690. Naruto had 700. Right now, My Hero Academia has 417, I believe. Um, I'm trying to think of uh some other series. Jujutsu Kaisen right now has 250 something on that. It's almost at on its last legs, I think. Um, but One Piece is is an incredibly popular series that's been running for 27 years, I think. And it I don't know how Oda does it, but it gets better over time, and that's why it's gone on for so long. And it'll probably go on for another couple hundred chapters. I know One Piece is in its final saga officially. Um, so I think there's maybe 3 or 4 arcs. I'm putting my bets on Lodestar, uh, Elbaf Lodestar, um, Mer, Laugh Tale, and then Marie Joie. Four, 3, 4, 5 arcs left. I'm putting my bets on those numbers. Um, so chapter 1000. Let me see. I really wish I hadn't seen this scene before watching this show or starting One Piece, because this would have been probably the greatest payoff that I've ever experienced in anything ever, dude. This this episode, this chapter was insane. Um, I'll talk about it a little bit because I want to put a clip of this episode. Um, like I said earlier, this is my second favorite moment in the entire series and probably anything. Um, so the worst generation, Luffy, Kid, Law, Zoro, and Killer squad up to take down Big Mom and Kaido, right? And he arrives at the top of Onigashima. Um, and they're there, just standing there, right? Big Mom and Kaido, and he just completely ignores them and goes straight for Kinemon and the others. And he tells him, "Are you all right, Kinemon? I'm sorry it took you so long." And oh man, this broke me when Kinemon started crying and he said, "I have nothing to show Lord Odin but my shame when I pass on." And he asked Luffy to put Wano on his back and carry it. And he says, "Of course I will. It's my friend's country." Oh my god. I love this character, man. I think at this point, this is when Luffy realizes that a lot more people need him than he thinks, you know? And he has such an amazing amount of resolve. And Law sends him down into the castle. And um this moment is good on its own because it's chapter 1000, right? But oh my god, the um this scene in the anime, it is insane. It is incredible. Um I'll talk about it right now, but here it just goes through different flashbacks all the way to the beginning of Zoe, right? And I love this scene where in the beginning Luffy couldn't land a single punch and actually, injure Kaido. And here he's expecting the same thing, but Luffy's trained now. He's trained up and he's learned Ryo, which is the interior destruction of the opponent, I believe. And he doesn't expect the punch to actually hit. I remember watching this scene before actually watching One Piece because it was making the rounds on the internet. I was like, "Oh, what is this scene all about?" And I thought Kaido let Luffy punch him. No, he didn't expect it was going to hurt. I mean, he did let him punch him because he didn't think it was going to do anything. And then he pulls off Red Rock, and Luffy, for like the 100th time in this series now, "I'm going to be king of the pirates." Oh my god. And aptly named, this chapter is called Straw Hat Luffy. Such a good chapter, man. a huge milestone for any series, especially for One Piece. So I'll go ahead and play that scene from this episode. I think it's episode 1015.
お前さんが覇気と呼ぶそれをワノ国では竜王と呼ぶ。流れるという意味を持っている。おでん様は処刑され申した。ワノ国の将軍と海賊カイドウの手によってライゾウ殿はご無事です。敵に仲間は恨んでよ。いいか、ユガラたちは前へ進め。エビス町の調子者があの世へ参るんだ。まだ反逆の火は消えていなかったか。前線鬼ヶ島へ突入せよ。
20年前おでんがカイドウに殺された日、この国は止まったんだろう。死んで笑われていいやつなんているはずがねえ。よそ者がこの国守っちゃいけねえのか。お前が言えよ。偉いんだろうが。こんなにすげえやつらの大将なんだろ。カイドウを倒したい。ゴムゴムのヘッドロック。おいカイドウ、何してる。お前が殴り倒されるなんて。俺はモンキー・ディ・ルフィ。お前らを超えて海賊王になる男だ。
So yeah, that was chapter 1000 of One Piece, adapted into episode 1015 of the anime, or just a little snippet of it. The entire episode is really well done, by the way. So I have some names pulled up. And the episode director is a woman by the name of Megumi Ishitani. I've heard of Ishitani before. She's done 2 other episodes, I think, in Wano, and she's an amazing director. Amazing work. And animation supervisors for this episode specifically were Masami Mori, Hirotaka Ito, Takashi Kojima, and Takumi Yamamoto. And these 5 people, they know their stuff. They know what they're doing. And I don't know so much about animation to be like an expert, but I know enough. The episode oh, hold on. I want to talk about the direction first. I feel like in any piece of animation media, direction has to be the most important thing. Because you can have the best animation, which this episode did have. You can have the best voice acting, which it also had. Composition and colors and everything. But all of that goes to crap if you don't have a good director on the episode. And Ishitani was the best pick for a director for this episode. And oh my god, they did such an amazing job, man. I can't like I'm trying to overstate it, but I can't. It's so hard to put into words. It's just a really good episode. Super, really good scene. Yeah, Megumi Ishitani did an amazing job on this episode. And I want to say, I don't know what other episodes she did, but I think they were both in Wano. But yeah, obviously Toei wanted to go all out for the one episode that adapted chapter 1000. So that's why it looked and sounded the way it did. They worked really hard, and I appreciate that so much as a future animation student. But yeah, I love this series so much, man. It is such a good series. So going on to 1001, Luffy gets hit with a thunder bagua, but it doesn't incapacitate him. So he's definitely gotten stronger. And then I love this scene where Zoro steals one of Kinemon's techniques, the flame rend, where he can cut fire, and he cuts up Prometheus. That was awesome. And then there's that funny scene where Luffy can La play chicken. It's so funny. And then all three of them pull out their strongest attacks and techniques. And I was gonna say this earlier, but I forgot. So Luffy's been saying that catchphrase, I'm gonna be king of the pirates, ever since like the first 10 minutes of the first episode, right? And like through each episode he gets stronger, but you think, is he really going to? You know, is he really going to become king of the pirates? That's the biggest dream that you can have in this series. But he's gotten closer in chapter 1000 than he's ever gotten to his dream. And I think that really tells you that Luffy is getting super close to becoming king of the pirates. Closer than you might think, honestly. But yeah, this episode, I think this was 10-16. This one was also really well done. I don't have names right now. But I think this scene is somewhere here. Oh, right here, where that's a really cool callback to Skypiea, where Luffy gets hit by Big Mom's lightning attack, and of course it doesn't hurt him. And Big Mom's like, Straw Hat, why didn't that lightning work on you? And he says, because I'm rubber. Oh, I love this series so much, man. And then right here, Luffy attacks Kaido with the Kong Gatling. And I know this scene was animated by the same guy who did the fight scene, or he animated the Gum Gum Gatling against Rob Lucci. So that's really cool. And then he just keeps pounding him over and over and over again. And then Luffy's out of steam. And then I think here, Kid and Law separate from the others, so they could take down Big Mom, I think. Oh yeah, and then it just slows down a little bit. So then here Frankie fights one of the Tobi Roppo. Frankie and Usopp don't do very much, which is one of my problems about this arc. But yeah, that was volume 99. One of the best chapters in the entire series. Some might even say the best, but that's a whole different discussion. But yeah, next video, I'll be going over 100, 101, and 102. And then, so yeah, I still have 2 more parts left. It's gonna be really sad to let this series go. I'm almost done with it, but I've been thinking of, I don't know if I'm still gonna do Fullmetal Alchemist after this one. I might do a different one. Who knows? But I'll let you guys know on my part. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.